This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. So Ron DeSantis has made it a mantra for himself. It seems he can't go a minute without saying the word woke, attacking wokeness, attacking black history, which is American history, attacking anything that he sees as a threat to the sustained legacy of white supremacy in this country. That is a fact. It is not up for debate. Ron DeSantis wants to uphold white supremacy in the United States of America. He has a Make America Great Again agenda without actually having the slogan. He wants to bring us back to the 1950s. And in some cases, he wants to bring us back to a time when our military bases that are just now being renamed, because they were named for Confederate traitors to our country, people who were guilty of treason, maybe not in the legal sense, but colloquially, absolutely treasonous behavior. And we named our Union American military bases after them because when the Civil War ended and we reincorporated all of these traitors back into the United States society, in the South, they venerated these monsters. They loved them, they lionized, they worshiped these filthy coward traitors to the United States Union. Fort Bragg in North Carolina, in Fayetteville, North Carolina, being one of them. And Ron DeSantis, he's got the DeSantis War Room Twitter account, which is the campaign arm on Twitter, released this video of him in North Carolina, presumably, I think it was in Fayetteville, and he's pledging when he's elected president, probably not going to happen, but when he's elected president, he's going to rename Fort Bragg in Fayetteville back to being named after a Confederate traitor. Watch this disgusting, un-American moment in American politics.
And I also look forward to, as president, restoring the name of Fort Bragg to our great military base in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and thank the people that have served there, and they're proud of their service there. And it's an iconic name and an iconic base, and we're not going to let political correctness run amok in North Carolina.
So apparently it's woke to love America and the legacy of American military leaders. Apparently it's anti-woke to be a traitor to the country. Back in June of 2020, 3 years ago, almost to the day, I did a video about this particular topic when it was hot, again, when Donald Trump was saying he would never change the names of our bases from Confederate traitors to something else. And I talked specifically about Fort Bragg, among others, and I'm going to play a minute or so of a video from 3 years ago, because that's where they want to bring us, is backward. This is regressive, this is reactionary, this is un-American nonsense. This isn't patriotism to name a military base, an American military base, after someone who took up arms against the United States. But leave it to Ron DeSantis and his pal Donald Trump to want that to be the case. Here's this from 3 years ago. Why are we forcing soldiers, airmen, Marine, sailors to serve on bases named after cowards and traitors? It is disgusting. So we're going to go through a few of these bases, talk about who they're named after. Fort Bragg in North Carolina is named after Confederate General Braxton Bragg. Unfortunately and strangely, when you go to the page that talks about the naming of the base, they only talk about his service as an American general in American conflicts. They don't talk about his traitorous betrayal of the United States of America. Camp Bragg was named for a native North Carolinian, General Braxton Bragg, for his actions during the Mexican-American War. What they don't tell you is that Bragg resigned from the Army in 1856 to betray the nation that he once served, and was overseeing his Louisiana plantation because he was an owner. He was an enslaver of human beings. He owned many, many humans. And after a series of defeats at the hands of the Americans, because he wasn't an American anymore, he betrayed his country. After a series of defeats at the hands of the Americans, he went to Richmond to advise the Confederate president and traitor, Jefferson Davis. So why don't we just rename this base Fort Saddam Hussein? That's part of the great American heritage. Why are we naming our military installations after enemies? It doesn't make any sense. So answer me this. Why would Ron DeSantis think that it's a good thing, a benefit to the country or the military to put the name of a Confederate traitor, a cowardly mutt who betrayed his oath to the Constitution, to side with the battle to keep slavery as an institution in this country? Why would Ron DeSantis do that? Well, one, it's pandering, because it was not Fayetteville, it was Greensboro. But he's pandering to the racists and the adherents to Confederate ideologies in the audience. But also, again, it is a concerted effort to uphold white supremacy as the order of the day in America. Rest assured, it is true. And I defy anyone, even the trolls who hate it when I talk about the Confederacy. They get their twisties, I'm so sad. Why are you calling us traitors? If you advocate for traitorous behavior, and you advocate for figures in our history who attempted to overthrow the United States government, you're a traitor. You want to leave America because you want to own human beings. It's reprehensible. And so are you and your ideas. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can also email me daily@dollemore.com. We can also mix it up in the comments. I'm sure there's going to be a lot. I get flack from this. I get flack from this particular issue, even from people who consider themselves Democrats or progressives, maybe not progressives, but who live in the South, who think that it's not hate, it's heritage. It's hate. That flag doesn't represent Southern heritage. It represents the Confederacy. It represents the striving to maintain white supremacy in the United States. It represents the model of economics where you can own human beings as property. So bring it with your arguments, whatever, but save it if that's what you're going to bring. If it's going to be the same old recycled bullshit, I don't want to hear it. Follow me on social media. You can tell me how wrong I am there. I'm at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And if I bring you value after you've subscribed, which is free, click the subscribe button, ring the bell, make sure you're getting notified of my content, because I'm trying to get to 500,000 subscribers by the end of the year. After that, if you make an assessment and you're like, I still kind of like that guy, he brings me some value, I want to support his work more, click the join button below. Become a channel member right down here. I think that's where it is on the web. That's where it is. Become a channel member for $2 a month. You can support my work, help produce what I'm doing here, or you can click the super thanks button, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I'm going to go. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I do want to hear what you have to say about this. Be genuine. Take care of one another.